Yo guys, what is going on? It is Invin here, and today what I'm bringing you guys is an update on where the update actually is. And of course that is the Heart of Madness March update. As you guys can see here on screen, a couple of hours ago it was updated by the community manager Luxandra that we would be getting the downtime today. And for the European guys that are watching this, it's going to be this evening, which is 11 PM CEST, or indeed 10 PM for myself here in the UK. Now this is roughly estimated to be about 2 hours, so for most of us that's going to be kind of Thursday but before we actually get hands on with this. But there is some stuff you can do to prepare, so what I wanted to go through here is some last minute tips, and if you're watching this once the update's gone live, kind of some first beginner's tips, things you need to do kind of more or less straight away if you are wanting to take full advantage of this update. And there's literally just going to be a few little punchline things in here to kind of warm you guys up and obviously get us excited again for this update coming out in just a few hours time. So obviously, as you guys can see, we know that we're getting the main story quest and the Tempest Heart expedition, and, of course, the Blunderbuss coming out. And that is going to be the first couple of things that I want to talk about here. Firstly, we're looking at the Blunderbuss, or the Orichalcum Blunderbuss, I should say, the crafting recipe for this. The reason for this is you do not need to find any schematics to have this. You just need to have a level 150 engineering skill. Now, of course, if you are wanting to craft those really super good ones, those 595 to 600 ones, you are going to need 200 engineering. You're going to need the full engineering set and all of the major engineering trophies on top of a food buff and a town buff as well. So it's quite a lot of stuff combined, but obviously those that are preparing should get this ready within the next few hours before this update goes live, or just after it has gone live. And the materials you will need to craft these blunderbusses is 15 of the tier 5 metals, so whether that's orichalcum or, of course, if you're going for the best gear score ones, asmodium. Then we're going to need 3 of the refined wood, so ironwood planks, or of course glittering ebony if you're going for the max tier one. And finally 2 of the levers, so infused leather or indeed runic leather, again if you're going for that max one. Try and get some of those ready. It's the asmodium that's the big hitter here, 15 per one. So, you know, to craft 5, let's say, you're going to need 75 asmodium just to craft 5 of these. So if you haven't been saving up, try and buy some cheap if you really want to. Try and see if your friends have got any spare, any company members. Maybe one thing I would recommend is company members that don't have the max capability for crafting on engineering. Maybe they will donate you some so that you can craft them, and then obviously in return give them a blunderbuss. Have a look and see, but this is coming very, very shortly, so you do want to get on top of this if you can before the update goes live, or just afterwards, so that you can try and get yourself some max roll blunderbusses. Now the next thing here is going to be the brand new Tempest Heart tuning orb. The recipe for this, you can only craft 2 every 168 hours, which basically means that you can craft 2 of these per week. So that's how we know the lockout is going to work, if it stays the same as the PTR, which is highly likely. Now with this, what you will need to craft them is 1 corrupted lodestone, 1 asmodium chisel, 5 rune stones, and 1 Tempest's core. Now the Tempest core is also a new item, and to craft a Tempest core you will need an undying heart, a corrupted rune, 3 earth totems, and 3 molten runes. So again, if you are able to get your hands on some of these before the servers go down, because as soon as these come up, people can see the recipe. They may not be doing the research like you are on YouTube, and of course the prices of these things will soar. If you can get hands on with them now, whilst they're a little bit cheaper than they're going to be once the servers go back up, do, because you are going to want to craft a couple of these keys straight away, as most players were definitely going to want to get the drops that are inside this expedition. I covered that a few days ago here on the channel, and there's some crazy drops, so don't miss out on that. Make sure you've got the right ingredients to be able to craft it. Feel free to come back to this video and kind of pause it on the right screen so you can see what you need. And of course I will leave New World Database link down below so you guys can search up the items for yourself as well should you want to. But you're going to want to make sure you've got all of those things ready to go. Or if you're watching it after the update's gone live, try and get as many of these for as cheap as you can, because they're going to be expensive going forward. Now it's worth mentioning as well here with the Tempest Heart tuning orb that you are able to get one of these as a quest reward for the Heart of the Tempest main story quest. This quest line is going to be picking up where the last one left off, and it will reappear on your map once this update goes live. If you follow this towards the end of the trail, you will be given a free Tempest Heart tuning orb, which will allow you to get obviously access to this for at least one time, and that's going to be free to everybody. Now, obviously, these quest lines will give you Azoth, they'll give you gold, and they'll give you XP, but this one also gives you the Tempest Heart Amulet Jewelry. It is a 580 piece of jewelry, so for most of us endgame players, it's not going to be that great, but it's got health, refreshing, and mana recovery. It's a very good one if you are still progressing through the story and progressing your expertise up, so don't sleep on that entirely. And then, of course, that will continue the main story for your quest there, but you are able to get a tuning orb through that as well, so don't sleep on that opportunity. Now, as well, one of the unique things about this dungeon is whether, again, this stays the same for live or the PTR is a little bit different. I'm not 100% sure, so maybe don't take this one fully to heart until we can confirm it. But they are available, found in loot containers of the Warrior's Tempestuous Weapon Stash, or the Magicians, or the Rangers. And in these, basically, it is given for a brave adventure for conquering a dread foe. And essentially, it's given for the Tempest Soul, which is the Expedition quest, which is a side story mission. Now, the possible drops that this gives is, of course, Umbral Shards, 50 of them. You can get a Tempest Heart Tuning Orb. You can get all of these cool-looking weapons and this cool-looking amulet at the bottom here. And these, again, can go up to 600 gear score. So these are very, very good. And they are from this quest, which is the Expedition-specific quest. So you can actually get some orbs back from doing it as well. And I would assume that you're going to be able to buy these from the faction vendors in-game as well, but that again is not 100% confirmed yet, but I will check that as soon as we get the update and we get hands-on with it. I'll bring you guys a video on that as well to cover all of the bases so we know exactly how we're getting these. But again, do get on top of it, do get your hands on some of those drops, as they are going to be very cool, and hopefully this has helped a few of you out, because I would imagine most players are going to want to try this ASAP, or they're going to want to craft the Blunderbuss and get that leveled ASAP too. So hopefully that's covered everything you wanted to know. Other than that, guys, we're going to wait for the update, and as soon as it drops and I've got hands-on with the content, I will be bringing you guys tons and tons of videos, updates, and guides here on the channel. So do make sure that you've dropped a subscribe down below. Make sure you drop a like on today's video, as it massively helps to support my content. And other than that, I will catch you guys on the next upload. So thank you for your time, thank you for watching, take care, and peace.